gonzo thing that I've ever done was I went to the Trump trial. I know you don't like to talk about politics, but this was like...
Hit it. I don't give a
This
fuck.
was back last year before he was president. He was criminal trial, right? The hush money trial. And I thought it would be really funny to go and see it and see if we could get in. And so we went to New York, and we got there, and
Wait, that was the hooker one, right?
The what? Yeah, it was the
Prostitute, whatever.
the hush money. Yeah, exactly.
Stormy Daniels.
Yeah. And so we went there, and we did our research a little bit, right? And the first like 5-6 spots, those were the people in line because there was like a line. It's the first 5-6 spots you could get into the actual courtroom. He's in there, right? Everything else, overflow room. They've got TVs, you can watch it, but like that's not as interesting. So we were like, we want to be in the first 5. So we thought, okay, we're gonna aim for Monday trial. We'll get there Sunday morning, surely 24 hours in advance. That's enough. We'll be first in line. There was already 11 people in line. So we're like, shit, what do we do? And so we found a few allies. We found this person who described themselves as a hobbit. He was like a 70-year-old guy with like facial hair, walking around barefoot from Florida. And he's like, I'm just having a good time.
Okay.
And so him and this other lady, and we were like, let's try. We came up with a scheme. We're like, let's form a line for Tuesday because everyone here is already waiting for Monday. And so we're like, well, we can start our own Tuesday line, and we'll be at the front of that line. And so we're like, we'll start a list and like write down what time we get there because apparently that's kind of what people had been doing to manage things before. Like there was no one in charge of this line. It was just anarchy. It was anarchy, right? And so, but what had happened before is that people had like, whoever was first in line started a list, and they put themselves on it by the time they got there, and then everyone else who came after would put themselves on the list. And so we thought, let's do that, and let's start our own Tuesday list. And so we kind of started that, and we got a few other people. But the problem, and so we didn't have like a space to wait though, because there was only one space for line. So we're kind of just mingling around. And so we wait till the next day. The people in the Monday line, they go in, and but then we have to kind of assert our new line as like make it legitimate, because like we've been waiting here a long time, but other people don't know that, right? And so like we kind of fill in, and we try to like be the say like this is the Tuesday line now. Now that the Mondays, they're all in, it's Monday now. It's our time. And so, but the list, this became a really important thing because the list doesn't have any power. It's just words on paper.
Yeah.
Same, it only has power if people agree that it's legitimate and it reflects their place in line. And so when I became the list master, and I had to, I started getting flooded by all these like, there was a lot of kind of crazies here that were like going in and out every day and trying to count themselves as being in line while they were inside and like very demanding. And so they kept confronting me and being like, you got to put me higher on the list and blah blah blah.
So
and I'm like, yeah.
You made anarchy into order.
Basically, we formed a small country, essentially.
What was the name of it?
What?
What's the name of it?
We didn't have a name, but it was the line, the Trump trial line.
The Trump trial
line
and
the Trump trial line list, and so I had to try to negotiate and get these people and say, look, I didn't necessarily agree with them, and I didn't think that they had a legitimate grievance. But because I needed their support. I needed them to believe the list was legitimate and buy into it, believe in their that it accurately represented them, so that if someone later tried to cut in line, we'd all be unified against that cutting, right? I know it's very like meta. It's like a nation building, right? You gotta have the Constitution doesn't have any power unless we all agree it does, right? And so I went through and politicked and negotiated with them, and then eventually got it so that everyone was kind of happy with it, and it worked, and we managed to get in, and I saw him and stared him down, and the orange one, and it was very crazy.
So at the end of the day...
Yes. What I learned from this?
Yeah.
Let's think. I learned 2 things. One, I'm never going that long without sleep again. It was about 3 days. I probably got like
Balls.
7 hours of sleep over the whole thing.
Balls.
Never doing that again. And secondly, everything's just made up. Order, everything, nations, laws, it's all just made up. It's just words on paper. It only has power because we all agree it does. Or because the people with guns believe it does. So that was a factor we didn't have to deal with.
Now,
it's pretty deep, yeah.
Did you become a despot, or did you become like...
I tried to be very democratic about the whole thing, but it could have easily turned into a tyranny.
How close? Any closeness?
Any what?
Any close moments so you became a tyranny?
Ooh,
yeah, bro.
I don't know what tyranny, but there was a tight moment where after the list had kind of been established and everyone was on board, there was this character, his name was John. We called him the lumberjack ass because he had kind of overalls, lumberjack looking thing, and he was a jackass. And he was a notorious cutter. He would try to like have his own list. He would try to claim multiple spots as his own and then sell them at the last minute, like try to make a buck. And he came back after having been kicked out. He came back like 2 hours later, and he's like, this is not right. I have these spots in here, and started like spewing like racist shit. And I'll admit, I didn't handle myself so well. Maybe I started yelling at him a little bit, but eventually, because of the list, because we were all in agreement that the list was right, we were in our spots, and he was in the wrong because of the work that I'd done, we were able to all kind of say, get the hell out of here. Like, so that was a pretty tense moment. There were some times where we weren't sure whether we were in danger or not. I don't know. Just from him, because he was a chaotic individual.
So you went to levels of Lord of the Flies, Kafka's fucking bureaucracy, to a bit of Nietzsche a little bit here and there too.
Sure, yeah. Some
Maybe not
also
Nietzsche.
State of Nature.
State of
Thomas
Nature.
Hobbes.
I was gonna go Hobbes. That was
yeah,
another one. Hobbes,
nasty,
yeah.
brutish, and short.
Not Nietzsche, Hobbes.
Yeah. So oh my God, Social Contract. John
Social
Locke.
contract.
Yes.
John Locke, yeah,
John
too.
Locke.
Congratulations, you became
Thank
a founding
you.
father.
I have always wanted this honor.
Collect Pond Park in Manhattan was a veritable battleground.
Never going back there.
We're
It
going
haunts
back
me.
The memoir is good. Well, my friend,
Thank you.
that was lovely. That literally showed us the nation state in the most intricate way possible.
Indeed. Well,
Thank you so
thank you
much.
for your time.
This is Yankee Abroad. Thank you. So that was interesting. We went from the city-state built in a line of chaos and anarchy at a trial tonight as we continue our journey. What is something that you wish you could say out loud that you can't? Put in the comments below. This is Yankee Abroad.